Hey guys, welcome to another episode from Inglês no Rádio. I'm here with Foster.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Inglês no
What did I
Rádio
say?
from.
Welcome guys. Welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. I'm here with Foster.
Yes, and this week on the show, we are talking about how Alexia and I are getting older. And
Yeah.
we are in a very loud place. Let's just begin with that. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have some fun. So if you did not listen to the episode yesterday, we are talking about the fact how we are almost turning 30 years old. In my case, next month. In Alexia's case,
November.
in November.
Yeah.
So we are discussing a list from the Entrepreneur magazine that has 29 things you have to do before you're 30. And today we have 3 recommendations from them that I wanted to talk about.
Yes. So, are you excited to turn 30?
I don't know. I think age is...
Relatable?
What do you mean age is relatable? Relatable to what?
I think
you wanted to say
yeah.
relative.
Yes, relative.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think age is a social construct. It is nothing more than a number. And pretty soon we will all live to be thousands of years old.
No, here in Portugal, they already have.
Yeah, people are very old here. We can hear an old person going to the hospital right
That's horrible, amor.
now.
Okay, so today we are talking about what?
Today we're talking about business.
Business.
Okay. So 3 recommendations they give. Number 1, learn how to network. Number 2, get your dream job. Number 3, build your brand. What do you think?
I think that the 3 of them
Are all stupid.
are all important. I think that the first one, networking. I think
Learn how to network.
it's very important.
Okay, what does networking mean to you?
It's how to make connections. If it's personal connections or business connections.
Okay.
This is very, very important.
And do you think you've learned how, have you developed this skill? Because I am terrible at this.
Yeah. Well, my parents were always very good at networking.
Very social.
Yes. And because of that, since I was a kid, I had to network a lot. And this became natural for me. And I have no problem at all if I am in a social event and I have to talk to a lot of different people. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's strange because, Alexia, you are naturally, I think, a relatively introverted person. You like your privacy, your free time. But when we go to a social event, you can immediately just turn something on, something clicks. You turn into quite this socialite. And me, just stay the same.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard at all. Maybe it was because of the way that my parents taught me how to do it. But I do admit that it's when you are an introvert person and you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to socialize, this can be very, very hard and get you very anxious. So maybe you just need someone to be your wing, you know?
Your wingman.
Yeah, you're a wingman.
We say wingman.
If you have a wingman or a wingwoman, whatever, you are good to go.
Yeah. In most cases, you are my wing woman. Do you have any tips on networking for us introverts?
Yeah. Find a small group. Don't go to a huge group. And when you go, you don't want to start with people that you don't really know at all. Always find someone that you already know or that you already said, hi, how are you? And then you can start from there because this person can make the connection with this third person that you don't know. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So start with mutual friends, that kind of thing.
People that you can like not feel safe, but you already know who
Yeah.
that person
Baby
is.
steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Don't go to huge groups. If you go to huge groups, you are done.
Okay. Cool. So learning how to network, I'm obviously not going to do that in the next 3 weeks. Alexia already did it for me, so I think I'm good. We will put a check in that box. The next point, get your dream job.
We are doing this right now.
Are we?
Amor.
Okay, so how do you define a dream job? I think this is a stupid point.
I think that it's very relative again, because right now, this is my dream job. I think that we love what we are doing. We really want to see this growing and fight for it, of course. But maybe someday you want to become a writer. I don't know. And this will become your dream job. And it depends on the phase that you are. But comparing to what I've done, do you like what I'm doing here? What I've done?
Alexia's practicing the present perfect, and every time she uses the present perfect tense, she needs to make a comment about it. Which, honestly, I would prefer you just to make a mistake and not comment. But yeah, I like it. I think I have a problem with this because I get a little bit annoyed when I'm like, oh, how do you like your job? They're like, oh, it's my dream job. I'm like, oh,
but
is it
it's
that
just
great?
like the way that Chris talks about it. When Chris gathered, when he was talking about podcasting with us.
Yes.
And he was like, isn't it the best job in the world? You just have to talk to people and listen to them. And I feel that we are doing the same thing here.
Okay, so 2 comments. For new listeners, Chris Gethard is a comedian that we really admire. And when we say lose well at the end of most episodes, that is a line from Chris. We met him one time. You can listen to episode number 200 of Inglês no Rádio to learn more about Chris Gethard. Secondly, I think what I've learned in my 20s and what I need to carry on in my 30s is all jobs are going to have a difficult part. That's what I really believe. There's no such thing as a dream job because all jobs have a shitty part.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be your dream job and have a shitty part. It doesn't exclude the title of dream job, even if there is a bad thing about it.
It has the word dream in it. In my dream, I don't want to include, oh yeah, and let's just have an appropriate amount of shitty parts in there. In my dream job, there's no shitty part.
Well, I think that it will never exist a dream job for you then.
Okay, I think they should change it to get a good job that you like and you can learn a lot.
Okay.
Okay, and their final point is build your brand.
And that's when I ask you, is it about me personally building my brand as Alexia? Like, who am I? Or about my business?
No, I think it's about your personal brand. For example, if you work for, I don't know, let's say Microsoft, they're not talking about build Microsoft's brand. I think this is essentially the same point as networking. Like, if you are good at something or you want people to know you specifically for something in today's economy, today's modern world, you have to kind of be an authority on something.
I don't think that it's very useful for me. When I read build your brand, I would say like, I'm as authentic as I can be. Like, if you listen to all our episodes and understand who we are, this is me. This is Alexa having a conversation with her business partner and boyfriend and teaching English at the same time. So I don't have to be the authority.
Do you see a difference between build your brand and networking?
Yeah, I do.
What's the difference for you? For me, it's kind of the same thing.
Because networking, you can use it for personal events or for professional events. So when you are in a professional event, of course, you are building your brand there. But when you are in a personal event, like a wedding, you're not building a brand. You're building like your personal brand. This is Alex. I'm from Brazil, 29 years old. And
I totally
that's it.
disagree.
Yeah, I see like that.
No, because, for example, building your brand, a big part of my personal brand is I'm a podcaster. I have 2 podcasts with a relative degree of success. I know a lot about podcasting. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. And for example, the other day we were eating with my cousins, and my future cousin-in-law just started a podcast. And everyone's like, oh, you got to talk to Foster. He's the podcast guy. And obviously, I'm not trying to do business with him, but that is my personal brand.
But that's fine. This is your personal brand. But when you are going to a business event, you have to sell yourself more than in a personal event, you know? So that's different. Like when you ask Alexia as a person, who are you? Oh, I'm from Brazil. I'm a podcaster, also a teacher, Portuguese teacher, da-da-da-da-da-da. When you go to this business event, you have to get a deep jump on those things. You don't have to prove as much as you should on your personal event than your business event. So that's when it differs for me.
Okay.
They know who you are, but you don't, it's different. That's why I take social events so easy for me.
All right. I think we're entering a semantic argument about personal and professional brands. But in general, networking, getting a good job, and building some kind of trust, brand, authority, whatever you want to call it, you think they are important things that we have done?
Yeah.
Yeah, except I don't believe in dream jobs. I suck at networking, so I use Alexia to do that. And personal brands, I don't know about that. So I think they could have used some different vocabulary, but in general, I like the idea.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so for all you 20-year-olds out there, you 20-somethings, start chasing your dreams, networking, doing whatever you got to do. If you're 30, 40, 50, and want to send us some advice, we are always open to recommendations.
That's very true.
Awesome. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.